The Nagasaki nuclear explosion. August 6, 1945. The Hiroshima nuclear explosion. Since these World War II attacks, nuclear weapons have become even more powerful. The Hiroshima bomb produced an explosion of 15 kilotons. 1 kiloton equals the explosive power of 1,000 tons of TNT. If it was detonated in New York City's Times Square, this is what it would look like. The radius of the affected area would be almost a mile long. This yellow circle indicates the radius of the explosion's fireball. Within the red circle, fatalities are near 100%, and all concrete structures are damaged or demolished. Within the gray circle, most residential structures are destroyed, and there are massive injuries and fatalities. The orange circle indicates the area in which third-degree radiation burns occur. But the sheer destructive power of that explosion pales in comparison to the largest thermonuclear weapon currently in the United States arsenal, the B-83. Created in the late 1970s, the B-83 can produce an explosion of up to 1,200 kilotons, which is 80 times the Hiroshima explosion. That's the explosive power of 1.2 million tons of TNT. If dropped on New York City, the radius of the affected area would be over 7 miles. Then, there's the 1954 Operation Castle Bravo, the largest nuclear bomb ever tested by the United States. It produced a 15,000 kiloton explosion, which is over 1,000 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. If detonated in New York City, the radius of the affected area would be over 21 miles. But there's even one more powerful than that. On October 30th, 1961, the Soviet Union tested the Tsar Bomba. It is the most powerful weapon ever detonated. It produced a 50,000 kiloton explosion. That's 3,300 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. The mushroom...
So I want to say Barak Hawa, Barak Hawa Shah, Barak Hawa, Barak Hawa Shah, Bahashim Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of GMS, and salutation to you brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Mawath La Babel, which is death to Babylon. And you know, this video, man, is showing the nuclear devastations of these bombs that these so-called white people, which is the elite banker families, have used against other nations, and they have tested. You know, if you're keeping up with the times now, you can see that there's a lot of nations right now, you know, that are testing their nuclear capability, as you know, Russia, North Korea, Syria, and more, you know, because the Lord is about to use these nations to come against this place. You know, the Lord is preparing his armory. You know, he's sharpening his sword, you know, for the devastation and the destruction of America, you know, aka Babylon. This is Jeremiah 50:25. The Lord hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left, right? Let nothing of this harlot, you know, this daughter of Babylon, this place of confusion and place of bitterness. You know, the Lord is about to gather the nations and destroy this place with nuclear missiles, man. You know, and right now he got his prophets out there on the highways and byways prophesying the destruction of his place, because this place is highly defiled under the inhabitants of the so-called white men. You know, right now these devils, you know, are ruling over the earth, and they're oppressing the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know, 2/3 of our people won't understand this because they're right now they're happy to be here in America. You know, they happy to have to get up every morning and work for the so-called white man, you know, and please the so-called white man, but the Lord is about to totally destroy this place off the face of the earth. You know, he have woken up his servants, his true servants, you know, to come up out of this demonic place. This is Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. You know, let me grab this as well. This is Psalms 82:5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundation of the earth are out of course." Right, because a so-called white man, you know, he controls the earth, man. You know, how are the cars getting gas? You know, how the people are getting lights? You know, how is food coming over here? You know, you're getting lights and gas because of the fossil fuels, and that the fossil fuels are also destroying the world, man. You know, how you getting food over here is from the goods that's coming from the other nations. And if you've been paying attention, you will know that China and I believe it's China and Canada, and I forgot the others that's having a tariff wars against America. You know, all these nations are now coming against this place, and the Lord is opening up his armory to do what? Destroy this place. You know, these people want to say they have free will. So yeah, you free to be a homosexual. You free to be a transgender. You free to commit adultery. You free to eat whatever you want to. And since you have mind states, since these people have mind states like that, the Lord is going to destroy them. You know what the scripture say? He said, they know not, neither do they understand. They walk on in darkness. You know, these people are in darkness, man. They have no clue what's going on or what's about to happen to this virgin daughter of Babylon.
Cloud was so tall that it dwarfed anything on Earth. If dropped on New York City, the radius of the affected area would be over 31 miles. The Tsar Bomba was created over 5 decades ago. Today, there are an estimated 14,900 nuclear weapons in the world. If not for the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty of 1963, we might have even more powerful bombs today.
And you know what we do, man? You know, there's a lot of powerful bombs out there. You know, the scripture in Revelation Revelations, the 9th chapter, speak of 200 million missiles. So there's a lot of powerful bombs, man. You know, right now, man, these nations are constantly building nuclear missiles. You know, and you got these people who want to say, well, the U.S. have more nuclear power than the other nations. Well, it doesn't matter, man. You know, it really doesn't, because when you have these nations get together, then their armory is together. You know, so to say, these people say that Russia is right under America with their nuclear arsenals. Well, guess what? You know, Russia is going to have South Korea, Iran, North Korea, you know, Japan, China. You know, they're all going to get together to blow this place up. Now, you might think that America have these allies. Well, their allies is going to turn on them. You think Japan forgot what the U.S. have did to them? You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is about to bring these nations against Babylon. This is Jeremiah 50:13. because of the wrath of the Lord shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her all her plagues. Put yourself in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrow, for she hath sinned against the Most High. Let me get this real quick. This is Revelations. Salakia. This is Revelations 18:3. 18:4. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Right. And what's that? And what's the plagues that America is gonna get? Let me get one of them real quick, because this plague that I'm about to get right now is gonna be, the finisher for this place. This is Zechariah 14:12, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Right, and you know what? Another thing is too, man, the so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, we have been through that the hardest captivity in the world. Mainly Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, but you so-called Hispanics have been into captivity, and you so-called Native Americans, but these goddamn 2/3, they act like they have never went into captivity under these so-called white people. And Esau, he's showing his hatred. You got these Edomites calling you so-called Mexicans rapists and shit. Telling you to get out of their land, their country and shit, when this is really yours. Same thing with you natives, but you hate the so-called black people, who you call niggas or mayates or whatever the fuck you call us, man. You know what I'm saying? You hate us, but we didn't come over here and take this land from you. We didn't rape your woman or kill your kids and all that shit. We didn't do that, man. That was these white people. So you should be coming heads up with these white people, man. You should be bumping head with them. You know what I'm saying? But you're so destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because that's how the Lord got you. Your mind is totally destroyed, and believing these so-called white men's are with you. But they did the same with the Native Americans. They shook the hand of the Native Americans. Their mouth was smooth as butter, and they gave their asses smallpox. They killed them. They was burning their tents, forcing them out of their tents. And then when the Native Americans, when they were run out of their tents holding their baby, Esau shoot them in the back. They land on the baby and they suffocate the baby. You know what I'm saying? So you want to hate the so-called blacks, you know what I'm saying? But your enemy, your true enemy, is the so-called white man, and he's proven that everything that he makes is to be against you, But the Lord, he's about to take vengeance on these devils, by the hands of his people. Going back to Jeremiah 25 and 25 and 12, I believe. Ezekiel 25 and 12. I don't know why I've been thinking of Jeremiah a lot, but Ezekiel 25 and 12, it says, "Thus saith the Lord power, because the Edom have dwelt against the house of Judah." The house of Judah is started from Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. See, it says, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord. So going back to the Zechariah 14 and 12 on the plague, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And if you watch that movie Terminator, when Sarah Connor, man, I think she was dreaming, and she was on a gate, watching her kids play and shit, and the nuke, and all of a sudden a bright flash happened in front of her, and then everything began to start consuming away. What is that? That's some nuclear missiles, man. The her eyes and her holes consume them away, her tongue and her mouth consume away. She just consumed, the fire consumed her ass. And that's what the Lord is about to bring again with these nuclear missiles, is that destruction, to the end of this defiled kingdom. All right, that's it on that, man. So I'm gonna say all praises and due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakah Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Mawathlat Babel. And that's death to Babylon. And I like to say Shalom.